What's the best way to save money on food? Inflation is kicking my butt, food is becoming a luxury, soup is a good money saver, I think. Is there anything else? Call food manufacturers and complain until you get free stuff. Call out their social media accounts for extra visibility. Steal intelligently and in moderation from grocery stores. Apply for SNAP/EBT Gibbs. Worst they can do is deny you. Hit up food banks. Rice, salt, pepper, butter, and rice. How important is protein, brothers? I'm 6'2", 220, so I can stand to lose a few pounds. Am I gonna screw myself eating low protein cause it's cheaper? Really trying to accumulate this bear market. Carbohydrate puts weight on you, not protein. Cut out bread, potatoes, pasta, sugar, etc. If you get a rotisserie chicken, you can use the bones and skin to make a fatty broth yourself. Leftover meat, veg, and spices give you a fat, better soup than what's in the can, and bigger portions too. Who the heck spends money on food? Just dumpster dive and get it for free. It's disgusting and it's been in the bin. Blow the dirt off the packaging and it's good for human consumption. I might get sick. You won't die from eating food that's just been discarded on the day. If you die, then it's natural selection and it's confirmed you're an unevolved monkey. People might judge me. Stop being a sissy and start having a mindset of not giving a hoot what people thinks. I might get caught and arrested. All the more reason you should dumpster dive. If you get caught, then you get a roof over your head and most importantly you get fed. Get a DoorDash job, take a bite of everyone's food and spit it in. Profit. Get a part-time job where you can eat for free or steal food. Go to food pantry for the poor, free groceries to supplement what you buy. I buy a lot of beans and chili and stuff like that. Not overly expensive though, avoid the really cheap stuff due to poop aftertaste and taste. Tons of stuff is massively overpriced now. Convenience store dumpsters where they throw out stuff past the sell-by date. Sell-by or best by isn't an expiration date and you may be able to score cheapies. Last month my work threw out 15 pounds of chocolate candy one day, which I just donated to the local mission. I steal like 80% of my food. I used to have fancy starts and stuff, but now I just put it in my pockets when in a quiet corner. I have big pockets so I can put decently big stuff inside. I just pay the big and cheap stuff like vegetables and rice. Last weekend I had very expensive beef and organic salmon for free. It was cash. Try vegetable alternatives such as peas or beans. Call up McDonald's and say they screwed up your order earlier today. Make up a whole sob story and make them listen to your BS. You're moving and didn't have time to cook, so you took the whole family and all the kids through the drive-thru, but you must have got the wrong order because it wasn't at all what you ordered and you didn't find out until you got home and didn't have time to go back, and so no one got to eat hardly anything because it wasn't enough food and not what anyone wanted. If they ask about a receipt or whatever just below your lid that you shouldn't have to even deal with this and start screaming. Tell them you're on your way to pick up the following list of stuff and order like $100 worth. Rotate through a different fast food place every day. I knew someone who actually did this for years. Stealing it. Want to eat rice, beans and salsa every day but don't want to be farty at work. Spaghetti. Just eat Z-bugs and live in a pod goy. You're clearly living above your means if you expect to eat animal meat. Get an Uber Eats job and do it late at night. Tons of completely wrong addresses and customers who won't bother to answer your texts. Free meals every night. 5,000 DD deliveries and that's not happened once. 4,000 UE deliveries and it happens multiple times a week. Time to start raiding your neighbors for supplies. My dad used to buy chicken gizzards at Walmart for $1 when he was in his 20s. Breakfast, porridge with berries and nuts. Make your own orange juice from fresh. Lunch, rye bread with spreads. Dinner, pasta, do the tomato sauce or spinach sauce from fresh tomatoes or spinach yourself. You can make it with beef, tuna, etc. up to you. Weekends, make batches of chicken or beef stock or broth to make soups with during the week. Supplements, highest quality vitamin D3 and K2 tablets. The secret ingredient is crime. Beans, rice and chickens, some trial mix and maybe some breakfast bars and eggs should be good to go. Add in any seasonings of your choice. Figure out when your supermarket discounts the things that are about to expire, take those. It keeps your diet diverse, buy more to freeze at home. Even better if they just throw them away, you can collect them for free. This trick also works on markets. Just go close to closing time or even past closing time, you'll get great discounts. You'll have to be creative in the kitchen, but that again is a useful skill and not being picky helps. Bulk buy lentils, rice, beans. Make own sourdough, get free/cheap organ meats from farms, make pate or heart stew, have brother who works at a farm and can give you fancy meats for free. Ignore the plebs and ditch cereals/seed oils and eat things you can digest well, meat, butter and certain soft veggies. Ground beef is by far the cheapest food in a supermarket in terms of the amount of calories and bioavailable nutrients per money unit spent. Get a meat grinder and just get fat for free from the local butcher. I have several hundred pounds of shelf-stable staples I restock every year or two. These form the foundation of most of my meals and I supplement with fresh foods. The key is to make sure the bulk of any dish is made from foods with very high calories/nutritional value per dollar. Cooking oil is the highest for calories, so use lots of that. Flour is up there, rice, beans, oats, potatoes, etc. for the nutrition part. Should go without saying, but number one rule is cook your own food and never eat out. That's the biggest jump, and from there is just optimization. Costco. Buy a delivery subscription from the grocery store, 10 to 20 per month, and sell your car. Also, don't tip unless the driver has an Electron vehicle. He doesn't scam the self-checkout. Cook/bake your own food. Also, if you have a store like Winco in your area, they're much cheaper than a lot of options. Also, look into your local food bank. It's not a ton of food usually and it's not top shelf, but it puts food in your cupboard for the price of gas. Also, PB&Js are cheap/healthy. I fast for 22 hours per day. I only drink tea and water. He doesn't make fake receipts, scan items and quickly delete and pay for chocolate bar at self-checkout at hardware store, then walk out with $600 of free stuff, and if bothered, present fake receipt. He doesn't buy a singular bin at a hardware store, fill it with the most expensive merchandise and only scan the bin. I knew someone who actually did this for years. If you're a poor college student, eat rice, beans and chicken, cook it at home. If you're a working adult and food is too expensive, stop eating out. If you're a working adult and cooking, anything, at home is too expensive, get a better job and or move somewhere less crappy. BRB gonna go buy some ribeyes. He doesn't commit armed robbery and assault random civilians. He doesn't redirect traffic from 19 internet providers to steal Bitcoin. I knew someone who actually did this for years. Ignore just about everything posted above which involves dumpster diving or budget shopping at Mr. Goldberg's Fodder Co. First, buy a modest-sized chest freezer, then cut out all middlemen by finding your local cattle farmer and directly buying either a quarter or half of a cow, 100 to 200 pounds, from him. Grow everything else you need from seed, profit. I just buy cheap things like canned tuna and canned beans and mince meat and just eat less, no need to complicate things. Rice, lots of rice and potatoes. Also spices, they last very long, buy a bunch of different ones and you can make any meal tasty. Plain rice or potatoes with spicy stuff, salt and stuff to make it edible. You can eat for like less than $50 per month, not counting gas/electricity or water. Get slow cooker, get quality Tupperware, Google slow cooker recipes, start slow cooker in the morning before work, come home to cook dinner, save uneaten portion and store in Tupperware to eat again. Beans, rice, eggs, sausages, bread and coffee are all you need to live. In third world countries they eat that every day. Slow cooker, beef stock. Throw whatever cheap red meat you want in with whatever vegetables, cook in low for 8 hours, you can't mess it up. If you have a few extra bucks you can buy a cheap bottle of red wine and go 50-50 wine to stock. Pork shoulder, can of cola and some barbecue sauce and you have the easiest pulled pork. In fact, you should all own a slow cooker. He doesn't live off only bananas. He fell for the rice filler with no nutritional value meme. Go to your local food bank. Shop at several different stores, buy bulk, buy discounted food. Having some set recipes has helped me. I make aligo e olio several times per week. The ingredients are super cheap and it tastes amazing. For higher protein, chicken tikka is a good choice and it's easy to do large batches. Not sure where you're from, but if there's anything Western nations, isn't it starving? We eat so much, nearly half of us are dying because of it. So first thing I would do is consider if you need as much food as you're consuming. Aside from that, choose higher calorie items that cost less. Try to avoid overbuying perishable goods, freeze food if you can. Buy large quantities of dry food like rice. Lastly, just make more money. I recently convinced my employer to give me a 35% pay raise. I trade crypto, I house share, these things mean I don't really need to worry too much about my food bill. Get a girlfriend/wife, for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I just bought 3 hams at 98 cents a pound, about 30 pounds worth. They'll last a bit over 3 weeks and I'll eat them for dinner along with cheap as dirt tortillas and a couple slices of cheese and some frozen veggies. Whenever I need to grease a pan, I throw in a beef fat pellet I bought from my butcher for $750 for a year's worth that sits in my freezer. For lunch I'll eat 2 frozen burritos that cost 58 cents each. For breakfast I bought a giant bag of oats, I have apples, brown sugar and bananas. If I had to guess, I'm eating on about $5 a day or less. If you want to save money, you need to stop eating out and be okay with whipping out a calculator at the grocery store to make sure you're buying the most food for the least money. There are ways to get food for cheap via new and loophole-ridden grocery delivery services if you can outthink the masses. Eat exactly 2,000 calories a day of rice, Chicken that you bought raw for under $2 per pound, baked at home, chopped up then frozen, and some random veggies, whatever, frozen or fresh if you can eat it fast enough. Throw on a sauce to mix up your meals, salsa, a variety of Asian sauces, hot sauce, whatever. If you're white, the trends say you can skip this step.